a lot of it isn't surprising. It's like stuff we kind of already knew, but it's to see it down on paper like that is really quite something, and to link as well the fact that the Moscow laboratory and the Sochi laboratory were both operating under a state-run system blows apart the Ministry of Sport's defence that Rodchenkov was kind of a rogue bad apple, if you like, who was operating under his own initiative. It's clear now that wasn't the case, and this was state systemic doping.
These findings have been released, obviously, with not very much time to go before the Rio Olympics. What consequences do you think it might have on that?
Well, that's the decision for the IOC to make, really. They'll have to have a look at the situation. But interestingly, the report said that it wasn't confined to the Russian Olympic winter sports. And the Moscow laboratory obviously covered all sports in Russia. So the IOC has got a big decision to make about whether Russian athletes should be allowed to compete in Rio, especially given the allegations that samples were tampered with and manipulated. The report was to examine allegations that the laboratories were operating a system whereby they were basically covering up positive doping tests, and the Sochi laboratory whether it was unsealing the sample bottles and resealing them in terms of storing in terms of the doped samples to basically substitute the doped urine with clean urine, enabling Russian athletes to compete at the Games. I think it's gone to pains actually not to identify which athletes are involved. The report's mandate was merely to look at the laboratory and what was going on there. So, it really doesn't say that as far as I can see.